Mu, na, ni, in, do.
What is this language, and why is it so important to all of humanity?
The king of Babylon, the house of Marduk in the Esagil, for Marduk he built for him there. That you could do.
Hebrew University professor Wayne Horowitz is a modern-day Indiana Jones who's bringing back to life the Sumerian and Akkadian language of ancient Babylon, known as Mesopotamia.
The earliest known Semitic language we have in writing is Akkadian, which is the Semitic language of ancient Iraq. And the Akkadian we have is probably dated somewhere, the earliest is 2600 or 2500 BC. First written Sumerian is about 3,300.
Here's Ur, where Abraham was born, just to sort of give us an anchor point, because we've talked a lot about Abraham. And this is ancient Babylonia. Babylon, the city of Babylon, is right here.
Abraham, the father of all nations, is believed to have been born in Babylon, modern-day Iraq, around 1700 BC, and was led by God along the rivers to the ancient land of Israel.
If he was a Semite, he probably would have spoken Akkadian at home, Akkadian in the street, and might have known a smattering of Sumerian.
When we can see evidence that takes us to the dates and the times of the people that we read about in the Bible, they help us understand the history. They help us understand the history of the region, and in some places even the veracity of the biblical text. It's very powerful.
Amanda Weiss is the executive director of Jerusalem's Biblelands Museum, which has hundreds of artifacts proving our oral and biblical history through archaeology.
The continuum of the Jewish heritage of the Judeans was in the names themselves. This gentleman, Semachiahu, was probably born right here in Judea.
This exhibit features archaeological evidence of the Judean exile to Babylon after the destruction of the first temple in 586 BC, in the form of recently uncovered engraved tablets known as Al-Yehudu.
Each of these is written, and the name of the scribe is signed on each one. Not only the name of the scribe, but it's a contract.
In a sense, it occupies the place of the American Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. These are like having the receipts for the various coffees and donuts that the people writing the Constitution were ordering for breakfast when they sat in Philadelphia at the Constitutional Convention.
Wayne even has a book of Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar's inscriptions taken from a stone slab displayed at the British Museum.
This is all describing himself and saying, I am Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, who did this, 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 and this.
So this proves he existed.
Oh yeah, this is Nebuchadnezzar II existed. We have economic documents, we have this document. This is just a beautiful piece.
And unlike popular opinion about the destruction of the first temple by Nebuchadnezzar, the ancient king was not out for blood like the Romans, who destroyed the second temple in 70 AD.
He had a hard time controlling our forefathers and mothers in this region, and they didn't agree to be ruled by him, and there was one rebellion after another, and finally they said, okay, enough, we're taking you all, and we'll take you back to Babylonia. The route they took is the same route that we believe that Abraham took.
The prophet Jeremiah had a vision of the temple destruction and exile. Horowitz explains the Judeans followed his advice to prepare for the time that came 70 years later to return home.
To continue their lives, to remain true to Jewish tradition, and that their redemption, the day would come when they would get to go home.
Wayne also takes his students back to Noah and the flood story, believed to have occurred 1,600 years after creation. There is no direct evidence of Noah and the ark.
How cool is this? This is the actual language that was written on tablets that gave an account of the flood actually happening. This account written thousands of years ago.
But the 1853 discovery of 4,000-year-old Sumerian tablets of the Epic of Gilgamesh is the closest evidence of the flood, believed to have been ordered by one of the Sumerians' many gods.
A god can be present in numerous places. If you want to think about what a god is, the best analogy I've managed to come up with is a god is like Citibank. How do you interface every single cash machine in the world where you can put your card in and get money?
So whether it was one god as told in Genesis or many gods from Sumeria, Horowitz and Weiss believe the tides of time will uncover the truth. Emily Francis, I-24 News.